A Little Mouse's Big Adventure. Once upon a time, a little mouse named Mika embarked on an adventure that would become the stuff of legends. Inspired by tales whispered in hushed tones among the mouse community, Mika dreamed of finding the fabled golden cheese. This wasn't just any cheese, it was said to be the most exquisite and rare cheese to ever exist, a treasure that could bring prosperity and joy to whoever found it. Mika woke up in his cozy hole, nestled within the walls of a human house. That morning, the dream of finding the golden cheese felt more like a calling than a mere fantasy. With resolve in his tiny heart, Mika decided that today was the day he would set out on his quest. The thought of embarking on such a journey filled him with excitement and a bit of apprehension, but the allure of the golden cheese was too strong to resist. Before leaving, Mika received a special gift from his mother. She gave him a tiny red scarf, knitted with love and care. She said it was for luck and to keep him warm on his journey. Mika wrapped the scarf around his neck, feeling a surge of courage. This scarf was more than just a piece of cloth. It was a reminder of his mother's love and belief in him. Mika's first challenge came sooner than expected. To begin his quest, he had to navigate through the bustling kitchen, a domain ruled by the family cat, Whiskers. The kitchen was a perilous place for a little mouse, filled with dangers at every turn. Mika had to be quick and clever to avoid being seen by Whiskers, who was always on the lookout for his next meal. With his heart pounding, Mika darted across the kitchen floor, using shadows and cover to his advantage. It was a narrow escape, with Whiskers nearly catching him at one point. But Mika's agility and quick thinking allowed him to reach the safety of a small opening behind the kitchen cupboard. Catching his breath, Mika couldn't help but feel a rush of adrenaline. This was only the beginning, and he was already proving to himself that he had what it takes to find the golden cheese. Mika and Oliver stood at the edge of the kitchen, the vast, cold floor stretching before them like an icy tundra. Determination filled their hearts as they braced themselves for the first leg of their journey to Cheeseland. The cold tiles under their feet were a stark reminder of the challenges they would face, but together, they felt invincible. Their path took an unexpected turn when they encountered Sophia, a kind-hearted spider with a knack for weaving dreams into reality. She offered them a ride across the daunting kitchen landscape on her sturdy web, a gesture of goodwill that Mika and Oliver gratefully accepted. Sophia's web glided smoothly through the air, offering them a brief respite from their perilous journey. Upon reaching the pantry, a treasure trove of food awaited them, but they had eyes only for the map hidden behind a tin of cookies. The map, marked with the path to Cheeseland, was their key to unlocking the mystery of the golden cheese. With the map in hand, they felt a surge of hope, their destination now within reach. However, their adventure took a harrowing turn as a storm brewed unexpectedly, forcing them to seek shelter in an old shoe. The shoe, though cramped and musty, offered them protection from the howling winds and lashing rain outside, a safe haven in the midst of chaos. The next morning, with the storm having passed, they met a wise owl who spoke of the dangers that lay ahead. Despite his ominous warnings, the owl gifted them a feather, a symbol of protection and a beacon of hope as they ventured into the unknown. With renewed courage, Mika and Oliver set forth into the Whispering Woods, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Bravely, Mika and Oliver ventured into the Whispering Woods, their path illuminated by the gentle glow of fireflies. The woods, alive with soft murmurs, seemed to guide them forward, lending an air of magic to their quest for the golden cheese. Upon reaching a serene river, the duo, fueled by ingenuity, crafted a tiny raft from the bounty of nature. Leaves served as the base, twigs as the frame, ensuring their passage across. The river, once an obstacle, now marked progress in their journey. As they landed on the opposite bank, a field stretched before them, teeming with unseen dangers. A hawk, sharp-eyed and hungry, circled above, casting a shadow of threat. Mika and Oliver, though small, were determined not to falter under its gaze. In a moment of quick thinking, they used the owl's feather to signal for help. From the earth emerged a friendly mole, offering refuge in the safety of the underground. Beneath the surface, they found solace and stories of the legendary Cheeseland. The mole, with tales as rich as the earth, spoke of Cheeseland and its guardian, Buddha, a gentle giant whose heart was as big as his frame. Inspired and filled with new resolve, Mika and Oliver knew that their journey was about to reach its crescendo. Upon reaching the edge of Cheeseland, Mika and Oliver were greeted by an immense maze. Constructed by Gouda, the maze stood as a test, its winding paths and puzzles designed to challenge those who dared to seek the golden cheese. With determination, Mika and Oliver ventured into the maze. Their journey was fraught with challenges, from complex puzzles that tested their wit to hidden traps that demanded agility. Yet, with each step, their resolve grew stronger, their bond unbreakable. In the maze's heart, they encountered Gouda, a gentle giant whose presence was as commanding as it was kind. Gouda posed a final challenge, asking them to prove the purity of their hearts and the nobility of their intentions. Mika spoke earnestly, sharing their tale of adventure, the obstacles they overcame, and the friendships forged. Moved by their story, Gouda's eyes sparkled with warmth. Recognizing their true intent, he led them to a chamber where the golden cheese gleamed under a solitary beam of light. Gouda granted them a piece of the legendary cheese, advising them to use it wisely to spread joy and unity. With the golden cheese in hand, Mika and Oliver embarked on their journey home, their hearts filled with a new purpose. Upon their return, Mika and Oliver used the golden cheese to host a magnificent feast that was talked about for generations. This act of sharing and unity brought all the mice closer, erasing old boundaries and forging new friendships. The adventure transformed Mika from a simple dreamer into a celebrated hero. As he looked up at the stars, his heart swelled with gratitude for the incredible journey and the friendships he had made. Mika's tale became a legend, inspiring all who heard it.